All right, so I'm a little late on the BlockFi update that I always put out for you guys monthly. I've been in training for a while. I'm always looking to increase my knowledge when it comes to investing and finding multiple ways to invest. So I apologize a little late here. Plus to give you a little update on what's going on in the crypto world. So first, as you can see, we've grown since the last month that we've reported. Current total in the starter account is $5,241.07 since we started back in March. And just doing this in small increments to show how there can be growth. Using the strategy, the 70-20-10 strategy, where 70%, so if I'm putting, let's say you're putting in $100 a month into your account, $70 of that is going into what's called the GUSD. And that's basically when you transfer in cash into your account, that's where it goes automatically, so you don't have to do anything. And it's from that you then purchase the different forms of crypto that you get. So 70% goes there, 20% into Bitcoin, and 10% into Ethereum. So 70-20-10. And the reason for that, and we have a great example because Bitcoin took a hit, Ethereum took a hit. Basically, the whole crypto market has been flowing in a bearish or a downward area. And that's going to happen with any type of investments, whether you're doing crypto or stocks. You're going to have your ups and downs, or what I like to call a roller coaster ride. And the purpose of the 70-20-10 is to hedge the roller coaster ride. And so that's what's happening right now. So just to show, so Bitcoin is down to 35,700 and some change per coin. Ethereum went all the way up to 4,000, and now it's down to 2,400. And then I do have a little bit of Litecoin, a little bit of Chainlink. I was testing those out, but mainly we're functioning with those two, Bitcoin and Ethereum with BlockFi. So what the 70-20-10 did for us is that you're getting interest on what you own. So if you own a piece of a coin, then you're getting interest on that piece of a coin every month in the form of more of that coin. So with GUSD, it has a higher interest and it does not fluctuate. There's no volatility with GUSD. If you put in $1, that's what it's worth, $1. It doesn't go up or go down. But it also has the highest interest rate. Its interest rate is 8.6% per year, but it's paid out monthly, so it's compounding. My favorite word, compounding. I'm about to tell my age here. If you remember that show or movie called Baby's Kids, We Don't Die, We Multiply, that's what I think about with compounding. It just continues to grow no matter what happens in the market. As we can see with crypto, took a hit. I'm okay with that. If anything, I'm buying more. And I'll talk about my reason for that as far as Bitcoin. But let's take a look to prove this theory. So as always, I share my screen and show my tool here, my little spreadsheet. I was up 16% in profit, total profit. I'm down to 1.5%. Am I angry? No. The money I put in, I have not lost. I still have a little bit of gains. We're at the bottom side of the roller coaster, and the roller coaster is going to go back up. And when the roller coaster goes back up, meaning Bitcoin, Ethereum, the things that are in there, I will have more for when it shoots up than I had when it went down because I bought at a lower price, bought more at a lower price because I'm consistently every month putting in, which you can see over to the left-hand side here. I put the dates, everything I put in consistently. Now, mind you, like I said, right now we're on a downward, we're at a kind of like a demand zone or a zone where more people are willing to buy, meaning banks, major market movers. And so that's why I'm buying more at the current price level that it is, but I'm sticking to my 70-20-10 because no matter what, if I lost all of my Bitcoin, which you won't, it'll always have some type of value. My GUSD is earning 8.6%, annual interest. Every month I'm getting more. And that hedges or leverages any losses that I may take so that the money that I put in is protected for the most part. Now, is that a guarantee? Absolutely not. But this is a better risk reward setup for me that I'm comfortable with. So that's where we are there. And just to show you where how this works, let's take a look at our interest account. And I'm going to go to GUSD, and it'll show you right here, annual percentage yield per year is 8.6%. Bitcoin, 5%. So even if it's dropping or going up or going down, I'm earning interest on the amount that I own as far as how many pieces of Bitcoin I own, not the dollar value of it. Dollar value does matter in that you get 5% of the value of what it is at that time. So whether it's $60,000 per coin, I'm getting up to 5% annually. If it's 30,000 a coin, I'm still getting 5% annually on that. Either way, I'm getting 5%. So that's what I like about BlockFi. I do have coins and other things where I hold it at. I have a trust wallet that I have some Bitcoin in, but I'm not earning interest on it. And that's the catch-22. I like that better here in BlockFi, but I like to own some coins that are separate, that are mine, that you can't come get, you can't touch it. It's just mine. For the purpose of if we ever get to the point where Bitcoin can become a more common form of exchange, I will have that available for me to use. So that's what I use that for. Now, as far as what's going on with the fluctuation, the volatility of Bitcoin, I'm still a big believer in it because I don't remember which country that was last week, that the entire country is now accepting Bitcoin as a form of currency, which means people will be able to use Bitcoin to buy food, pay for gas, pay their bills, things like that with companies that accept it. So that is huge because this is the company, it's a South American company that, country that uses the dollar as its currency. That's going to put pressure on the dollar. That's going to put pressure on the United States. The more countries that begin to follow that pattern, the more pressure that's coming from influencers like Elon Musk. Although, I'll be honest, he's getting on my nerves. He's flip-flopping every other week. He's with something else. But the more we're seeing people, even Warren Buffett is a believer now. He has a price target that he says he will buy in at. But even Warren Buffett is a believer, and Warren Buffett doesn't believe anything but Ford and Coca-Cola. So that says a lot. You have your major banks buying up Bitcoin, but yet saying, hey, we don't believe in Bitcoin. That's a major catalyst for me, because so often we find out about things after everything has been bought up, after the price has skyrocketed to $100,000. Then, okay, I want to buy Bitcoin. I want it now. Is there a risk? Absolutely. With any type of investing, there's a risk, but it's about hedging your risk. And that's why I like the 70-20-10 rule. Every month I set a goal. And like I said, I'm moving this account slowly to show that it can be done. So every month I want to put in $1,000. That's my target as far as what I put in here. And the more and more I do that, the more and more, the higher my accrued interest will become. And the growth from Bitcoin and Ethereum, where I'm putting my money at. So let's say Bitcoin goes up to $100,000, which is very well possible. The reason why is that there's a limited amount of Bitcoins. They're never going to make any more. Once they get to the allotted number that will be produced, that's it. And that's why it's kind of being treated like gold. There's a limited amount of gold. We can dig for gold. We can go all across the world looking for gold, but there's limits to it. And because of that, supply and demand come into play. You can only sell as much as available. And the lower the amount of a product, of Bitcoin, of gold, or of whatever commodity there is, the higher the price goes. So the more and more your major market makers or movers begin to buy up Bitcoin, the higher the price will be, because the limits on supply will be there. That's why I'm continuing to add more Bitcoin to my portfolio. But in BlockFi, I'm doing so with the 70-20-10 concept. So that's it for the update on BlockFi for this month. I apologize for the lateness of it. Like I said, I have been taking some classes. Can't wait to show you guys some things I've learned. It's phenomenal. But that's it for BlockFi.